So, as it's Easter this week, I thought I'd show you something a little different. We're going to be making carrot cake, but we're not going to be making any old carrot cake. We're actually going to be making ourselves a carrot bundt cake using that beautiful cheeky tin. In addition, we're actually going to be making some orange cream cheese. Also, on top of that, we're actually going to be making some beautiful nests with some potato straws, a little bit of chocolate mixed in to set them, and then we're just going to garnish them with some beautiful cheeky chocolate eggs. So the first thing we want to do is actually turn the oven on to 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. So let's get that on the go now. So before you start making that carrot cake mix, we need to actually start making the mixed spice. And if you're going to be wondering what's the consistency of mixed spice, so basically it has allspice, ground cinnamon, ground ginger, ground nutmeg, ground cardamon, ground coriander. And if you want to check out the quantities and how to make this, it will be in my description box below. So we're going to need to start weighing out the carrots, but before you do that, start topping and tailing them and also peeling them. Otherwise, it's going to affect the weight if you weigh them beforehand. So we're going to need about 200 grams or 4 cups of grated carrot. So once you've got your carrots, we're going to weigh out the rest of the dry ingredients. So weigh out 225 grams of flour or 1 cup plus 5/8 of a cup. We're going to need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Not bacon, bacon. 1 pinch of that cheeky salt, and 1 teaspoon of that beautiful mixed spice. So now it's time for the nuts, and by the way, no more nut puns for today. So you're going to need 40 grams of pecans or 1/3 of a cup, and 40 grams of walnuts or 1/3 of a cup as well. So we're going to get these out and chop these up nice and fine. So we don't need to chop these up too fine, but depends on if you want how chunky the nuts you want in the cake. It's entirely up to you, so just give them a nice little chop. In addition, if you want a bit more flavor, you could always toast your nuts off. Never mind. So once your nuts are all chopped, add it to your flour mix. So I need 5 eggs. I'm a little short because what's going on in the world, unfortunately, but oh yeah, we got Mr. Chicken here. Let's see if he can lay some eggs. Now, if you wait patiently, he should lay some. Oh, there's 1. Oh, there's 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. Excellent. Right, crack these little bad boys into a bowl. So give those eggs a little cheeky whisk. So in your large mixing bowl, you're going to need 250 ml of canola oil, or 1 cup. And if you want to use veggie oil, you can do, that's fine. So in addition, we're going to need 250 grams of soft, light brown sugar, or 1 cup. So pop this onto a medium speed and let it whip up for about 2-3 minutes. So while that's whipping, we're going to add a little teaspoon of vanilla extract into there. So turn it down to a low and start slowly adding the egg little by little. Don't add too much to begin with. And keep adding little by little, and it should just eventually incorporate. And you can add that last little cheeky bit. And then put it back up onto a medium speed and give that a little whip up for 2-3 minutes. So turn it down to a low speed and start adding our beautiful flour, carrots, and all those goodies without spilling it all over the table. That might be a little challenge. So let it mix for about 1 minute until it's fully incorporated, then turn it off, and then set this mix aside. So I kind of already told you this before. You want to kind of butter and flour your bundt tins, and I've already done mine already. Now carefully using a spoon, layer that beautiful cake tin 2/3 of the way up. And if you've got a little bit extra left over, just pop it in a bread tin. Obviously buttered and floured beforehand, obviously. So these bad boys are ready to go, so we're going to pop these straight in the oven, so they're going to take about 30 to 40 minutes, so just keep an eye on them. So it's time to make those chocolate nests. So you're going to need some potato shoestrings, and you're going to need about 100 grams, which is about 3.5 ounces. Well, 99 grams now. So in addition, you want to melt yourself very gently 200 grams of high quality chocolate or 1 cup. What? So once your chocolate's melted and you haven't eaten all the shoestrings, what we're going to do is just pour that straight over and give that a nice little mix, nice and evenly. So once they're nicely evenly coated, we'll grab some cheeky little muffin trays. So you basically want to just lightly grease each of these for when we put the nests in, it will stop them sticking to the bottom. And then just carefully pop in some of those beautiful straws and just make a nice little kind of indent in the middle. Just kind of pushing them to the outside. So you got a nice little kind of cheeky nest. So once your nests are made, pop these in the fridge for about a couple of hours just for them to firm up and set. So those beautiful carrot cakes are looking delightful and delicious. Oh, got those beautiful sponginess. If you want to check to see if they're cooked, just grab yourself a knife, or a little skewer and just have a little check, and if it comes out clean, fantastic, it's ready to go. Once they've slightly cooled down, you can actually turn them out and put them onto a cooling rack, ready to go. And there they are, those little cheeky carrot cakes, or the carrot bundt cake, shall we say. So now we're going to make that beautiful orange cream cheese frosting. So we're going to need 75 grams of soft butter, or 1/3 of a cup, unsalted by the way. In addition, we're going to need 50 grams or half a cup of powdered sugar or icing sugar. In addition, you want 225 grams or 8 ounces of cream cheese. And lastly, you want half a zest of an orange, and also half of the juice as well. And this time, we're going to whip it by hand, not using the machine, so, you know, we're not going to be lazy this time for sure. Sorry guys, what were we saying? Whew, knew I could do it. Right, so that's all whipped up. I'm going to set this aside, ready to put on top of the carrot cake once it's cooled down. So one thing I do need to mention to you as well, when you're making this cream cheese, make sure you whip up the butter first and then add the cream cheese and then the rest of the ingredients. Otherwise you'll end up with some lumpy stuff. Yeah, it's not so good. So make sure you do it correctly. So once you finally sorted out your cream cheese, just carefully spread it over the top. And we're just going to basically spread this out nice and evenly. So now it's time to get these beautiful nests out. So if you're having trouble with them, if you just carefully pop the bottom, they should just come out like so. So there's those beautiful cheeky nests. So we're just going to garnish these up with a few little chocolate eggs. So pop these in the middle here. So if you're after a little cheeky cross section, why not? And there we go. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Turned out absolutely delightful. Super soft, super spongy. With all the nuts in there, the carrots, that beautiful cream cheese on top. Goodness me. So that's it for this week, amigos. I hope you enjoyed the carrot cake. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to check out the recipe, that's also listed in the description box. And if you want to go check me out on Twitch, Tuesday to Friday, 10 AM Mountain Time live, we're cooking there with some delightful dishes. But until next week, amigos, stay cheeky.